Hey everyone, here is the final position of one of my recent games that I played online. In this position, it is black to move and to checkmate in 4 moves. See if you can try and solve it, but let's go through this beautiful miniature together. So before I start, I just want to apologise because I've not uploaded in about 2 months. Been busy with work, so that's basically it. But I have a lot of different recordings of some of my recent games that I want to present to you. I will just say I'm just procrastinating, which is why I've made this video, because it's nice and quick and easy to do, but hopefully you should see some of those videos in the next few days. Okay, so this was a game, it was anonymously played. I played it, it was 5 minutes. I'd like some time, I'll be honest with you, I like to sometimes just go on League Chess and then just play against anyone anonymously, because you can get any level of player against you, and I think it's fun. You don't have to worry about the rating and stuff like that. So this was one that I played that was 5 minutes plus 3-second increments. The game started with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6 and bishop c4. So we enter into the Italian game. I played the 2 knights defense, and here my opponent played d3. And there's a number of different lines here. This is I guess you can call it the Grandmaster main line here. And there are a number of different ways that black can play. So the most popular is, I believe, bishop to c5, which is the classical variation. Bishop e7 is also a popular line. And interestingly enough, I was looking at the database, and the third most popular Grandmaster move is h6, and I thought that was quite interesting. And that has the idea of you play h6 followed by moves like g3 and then bishop coming to the square. So I think that's an interesting way of playing this particular variation. However, in this game I decided to play the 4th most popular choice, and it's a line that I quite like because it immediately challenges the centre, and that's the move d5. Now, normally black will delay this move for a bit of time because he wants to kind of work out what white's going to do first and then strike in the centre with d5. The problem with playing this now is normally after e takes and knight takes here, the argument from black is, okay, he's taken control some of the centre and he's got a good central pawn, but his position is like a little bit shaky, and white can often make a big target of these particular pieces in the centre. But in the game, so after I played the move, if I just go back, after playing the move d5, my opponent made a big blunder. In this position, he played what should have been the forced move, which is e takes on d5, and he just put his bishop back to b3. Not a great move. And why is it not a great move? Well, it just allows us capture in the centre. And in actual fact, white is just losing in this position. After d takes on e4, I swap the queens off, and now I take here on e4. And you can see here there's now a threat of just forking this king and this rook. So already this position is looking terrible for the white side. In the game though, my opponent decided to play on. Obviously this is anonymous, so he was like, oh yeah, I'll keep playing this position, see what happens. He played the move knight to g5. And obviously I don't want to take this knight because the bishop just comes out. But, you kind of think, oh, okay, well, maybe white's coming in with some sort of counter-attack here. The problem is my attack is faster. I now take on f2 with check. The king comes to e2, I now take on h1. He now takes on f7, threatening to now capture this rook. But there's a lot of problems for white in this position. And it's namely what happens to this king, because this king is stranded in the centre. My king is perfectly safe. And I've got actually a nice bit of development here that I can use, and even think about getting things like castling long, getting the rook into play. Of course, the knight's still here at this point, but there are some options in the future. Bishop to g4, check. And now where does the king have to go to? Well, he probably should have gone to f1, but after this, I think there's some interesting lines of just bishop to c5 here, and there's all kinds of problems for this black king. This white king to have to deal with, namely my pieces just are way more active than his own. I can even think about coming here. If the knight comes here, for example, then castles long, I'm threatening just to come here, and this looks really, really bad for the white side. So, going back, what did white play in this position? Well, he now played king to d3. Not a good move, as it now allows me to put my knight onto f2, get it out of danger, out of the corner and back into the play. This is joining in with the attack on the white king. King to c3, and now we reach this position. It is now black to move and to mate in only 4 moves. Now, interesting enough, before I kind of go into the solution for this, Probably a lot of you are wondering, do you like calculate these moves? Obviously, this was just a blitz match, so we had maybe 5 minutes each. And, I mean, I could have calculated this out. But I just knew that my pieces were very active. If I can just surround the king with all my pieces, then things just start to happen. And I noticed already that, I'm guarding this particular escape area. This escape area is over here's taken away. So I knew that the first move needs to be something where I'm going to be attacking the white king, but also stopping it from going back to d2, where it can maybe escape down this way, which is why the first move just makes sense. Bishop to b4 check. There's only one legal move here, king to c4. And now I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, well, let's have a look at the available squares that I've got in this position. He can now go to either d5 or to b5, so these are the only two squares it can go to. So I thought, well, I want it maybe to go to b5 instead, because you can already see there's a bit of a space issue for the black king. He's going to be pushed against the side, which hopefully will lead to some sort of checkmates. The next move here, bishop to e6 check, king to b5, and at this point I knew, okay, there's got to be an easy checkmate in 2, and I'd worked it out. Here you can now play the move a6 check, king to a4, and a beautiful way to finish this game, b5 checkmate with a pawn. A nice little miniature, that game. As I say, only 15 moves. It all starts from just this mistake here on a move 5 that leads to a horrendous end for the white position. You can see here now bishop b4 check and a lovely forced mate in 4. Hope you liked this video. Hope you enjoyed this little quick game. As I say, I'll put up some more of my analysis games very soon. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment below if you like this particular game. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.